Hi, my name's Borna. I'm an audio student here at the Australian Institute of Music. What you're about to see is me helping out a staff member on a recording session we did a few weeks ago. Hope you enjoy. I get to help out a lot around here at AIM with our lecturers and other staff members. Today I'm here with Glen Phimister. We're recording a contemporary soul band in the SSL and Studio A. Glen basically asked all the audio students available if anyone would like to help him out, and I just said yeah. So here we are in our setup process. I'm helping Glen Phimister set up the microphones needed for this session. We will be recording a contemporary soul band, few keyboards, female voice, a drum kit and a bass player. It's great working on these sessions with our staff and lecturers because it's not just about learning in the classroom, it's about learning in the field, especially with someone like Glen Phimister who's worked with acts such as David Bowie, INXS and many more. In this session we did a whole bunch of spot mics in the drum kit, a couple of overheads there, a microphone on the bass amp along with a DI, and also some DIs for the keyboards, and also a single microphone for our vocalist. It took us about an hour to set up the entire recording session. We do have a lot of mics here at AIM that are available for our students and staff. Along with a lot of mics does come a lot of cabling. So here we're just moving things around, making sure there's enough space for our performers. Here's our junction box. All these microphones, we have cables that go into this junction box, which is then fed to the recording room of choice of the engineer. It can be a tight squeeze sometimes getting around these bigger recording sessions, especially when you have 4, 5, even 6, upwards of 10 performers in the same room. It may seem fairly meticulous, but this is necessary to capture the correct sounds that we want. And here we have Sam McNally. He's a lecturer here at AIM. He's in our contemporary department. We're going to be recording his song today. It's great having these high quality musicians come in because it is a huge learning experience. It does also make the job fairly easy. After all the microphones are set up, we allow the performers to have a bit of a jam just so they can become comfortable and we can get the correct signal going through. Well, in this recording session we did a lot of takes just so we can capture the best performances that we can. In these bigger recording sessions it does take a little longer to set up, but the advantages are that all the musicians get to play together, the musical vibe is there, and that's exactly what Glen wants to capture. Even the vocals are captured live, so what's done is done and we leave with that. Everything is recorded there and then, nothing gets overdubbed. Here at AIM, we mainly use Pro Tools, but in this particular session it was fantastic because we're actually using 2-inch analog tape. This has been integrated into our Stage 4 Bachelor of Music audio here at AIM. We're utilising our SSL room here, which houses our SSL G+4000 analog desk. Here Glen and I are fiddling around with our patch bay. It's a very central part of the recording studio. It's how we got our mic's signal from the junction box to the desk. And here we have Glen talking to our performers. A little button on the desk with a microphone. It lets us communicate with the performers to make sure they're comfortable and they know what's going on. There are a lot of knobs and buttons on these analog desks, but as you progress through the courses here at AIM, you start from the bottom and you can quickly adapt to any desk that you come across. Here we have Glen taking precautions and making sure all the tape heads are clean so that no dirt or grimes in there that may degrade the tape or the sound. Here Glen's given me a track list so I can route the signal to its correct track. In an analog world it does take a little longer to set up the tape, but the advantage is that it does give a different sound than to digital. One of the challenges that you get with analog tape is that you only have 24 tracks, so you are limited to the amount of microphones and tracks that you have. Unlike Pro Tools, where you have unlimited amount of tracks, so it does force us to think a little more. Here we have more patching, making sure we have the right signal going to the right place. It's at these points we use the track list to check against what we have to make sure we're doing what we wanted to. These sessions give us an opportunity to ask the lecturers questions about the field, about the microphones they've used or the gear they've used or why they've done certain things in a certain way. Here Glen's explaining how he wants the tape operated, so I know when to stop and start or do whatever he wants. From here on, I'll be his tape operator. Here in the audio course, it's not just about the technical and technology side of things, it's also about critical listening and being able to zoom in on a particular sound and a whole swag of instruments. In the session, Glen used a whole range of processing. Here he's using EQ to sweeten the sound. Here at AIM, because we have so many studios, we use a video link to tie together different control rooms to different live rooms. This is important so we can keep a visual contact with our performers, so we each know what we're doing. Here we're finalising our headphone mix for our performers. For example, if anything's too loud or too soft, like a kick drum or the bass or the keys, we can adjust it to how they want it. Both in the digital and analog world, we need to keep an eye on our recording levels to make sure that nothing clips or overdrives. Here at AIM, we have a lot of really rad outboard gear, and for example, here we're using our Manly Vox box in our vocals. This was a great experience for me as a student here. Everyone had heaps of fun. We left with a fantastic product. I learned a lot from Glen here, and I'll be doing it for the rest of my degree.